abandoned farm with a collection of rare cars. There was an interesting guy who were a fan of cars in general and transport in particular. He was happy with everything he could get and used to drag it immediately to his large suburban area. There was a plan to open a small interactive museum, but it didn't work out. He waited and waited, but it turned out that life is too short. He didn't have time to finish his life's work. Now the land is on market and the land itself is a priority. Sadly, the cars will be treated very simply. Whatever won't be able to sell will be disposed of. A very short conversation, as the most important is the money. If the utilization of the very common Renault 505 not really bother anyone, the rest of the cars' destiny are quite sad. How do you like the collection of several cheap models of different modifications? The classic Ford A model of 1929, which replaced its predecessor Model T, produced in millions of copies. The car will soon be 100 years old, and it is perfectly preserved. Battle Willys with a small chicken coop on the hood, apparently to cover the bullet holes. Another 1934 Ford V8, which is known for the fact that Bonnie and Clyde, one of America's most famous gangsters, were shot. And what about a carriage or horse-drawn carriage, a full-fledged passenger carriage with springs, a harbinger of a car? They are the original vehicles from the 19th century, a real relic or at least a museum piece. These remains looks like the pre-war Chevrolet, but I might be wrong. The condition of the cars raises questions, but anyway, this is our automobile history. Another M606, which got immense love and popularity around the world. Rare enough sedan Gordini from the French automaker, which probably have not been heard by many people. Look at this small sedan with a four-wheel drive, which makes it more real rarity, thanks to the fact that the founder of the company had a racing team which, among other things, took part in Formula One. There is no need to introduce this beauty. Despite the fairly large production in the post-war years, there are not so many cars like that left in good condition. Pre-war samples in more or less decent condition. Can you imagine if these beauties will be recycled? I hope they will fall into hands of a real fan of cars and he will save them. Don't forget to subscribe and like it. Thanks for sharing and bye bye.